John Force, a legend in recovery, not racing, in 2025. John Force, a name that echoes through the world of NHRA drag racing, is a true icon. With 16 Funny Car championships, 157 career wins, and a larger-than-life personality, he's built a legacy that spans decades. But as of June 2025, the 75-year-old legend is not behind the wheel. Instead, he's focusing on his health and cheering on his team after a life-changing crash in 2024. Let's take a closer look at where John Force stands today, why he's not racing, and what his future might hold. The crash that shook the racing world. On June 23, 2024, during the NHRA Virginia Nationals, John Force faced one of the scariest moments of his career. His funny car's engine exploded at over 300 miles per hour, sending the vehicle crashing into a concrete barrier. The impact left him with a traumatic brain injury, a fractured sternum, and a broken right wrist. Fans held their breath as he was airlifted to VCU Medical Center, where he spent 15 days in intensive care. The crash wasn't just a physical blow. It marked the start of a long recovery journey. After weeks in a neurological rehab center, Force returned home to California in October 2024 for outpatient therapy. His daughter, Brittany Force, a fellow NHRA star, shared updates on social media, thanking fans for their support. For a man who'd spent over 50 years racing, stepping away from the driver's seat was a tough but necessary choice. A team that keeps racing. John Force isn't just a driver. He's the leader of John Force Racing, a powerhouse team with 23 championships. When he couldn't race, the team didn't skip a beat. In July 2024, Jack Beckman, a 2012 Funny Car champion, stepped in to drive Force's peak Chevrolet Funny Car. Beckman won 2 races that season, proving the team's strength even without their leader behind the wheel. In December 2024, John Force Racing announced that Beckman would stay on for the 2025 season, backed by a multi-year sponsorship from Old World Industries. Meanwhile, Austin Prock, another talented driver, continued to shine, chasing wins like the one at Bristol in June 2025. The team is now closing in on its 300th Funny Car victory, a milestone that shows Force's lasting impact, even from the sidelines. John Force's road to recovery. Throughout late 2024 and early 2025, Force's recovery was a topic of hope for fans. On November 19, 2024, he made his first public appearance since the crash at the NHRA Finals in Pomona, California. He wasn't racing, just watching from the stands. "I'm here to spectate for a while," he told reporters. "That's what I need to do to get well." His words showed a man determined to heal, not rush back to the track. By February 2025, Force took another step forward, attending a race at Bradenton Motorsports Park in Florida. Standing trackside, he shared an emotional message. "Being here in Bradenton was just good for my heart." Fans cheered his return, but it was clear he wasn't ready to race. He was still in therapy, working to regain his strength after the brain injury that had changed his life. Where is John Force now in 2025? As of June 14th, 2025, John Force is not racing. A report from early June made it clear. John Force isn't returning to NHRA to race funny cars anytime soon, if ever. This put an end to rumors that he might climb back into the cockpit. Instead, he's focusing on his health and supporting his team. An ex-post from June 11th, 2025, noted it had been a full year since Force last raced, a reminder of how much time has passed since that fateful day in Virginia. Force's absence from racing doesn't mean he's stepped away from the sport. He's still the heart of John Force Racing, guiding drivers like Beckman and Prock. His presence at races, even as a spectator, lifts the spirits of fans and teammates alike. But for now, his priority is recovery, not racing. A look back at a legendary career. To understand why Force's story matters so much, we need to look at his incredible career. Born in 1949, he started racing in the 1970s and became a superstar in the 1980s and 1990s. He won his first NHRA Funny Car Championship in 1990 and went on to dominate, earning 16 titles. His 157 wins are a record, and his team's success has made John Force Racing a household name. Force's grit has always set him apart. In 2007, a crash left him with serious injuries, but he was back racing by 2008 after months of rehab. Fans admired his comeback, and he kept winning, even into his 70s. In April 2024, just 2 months before his crash, he won his 156th race at age 75, a feat that amazed the racing world. A Reddit post from that time called it next level, with fans marveling at his drive. Why isn't he racing? The 2024 crash was different from past injuries. A traumatic brain injury is complex, and recovery can take years. At 75, Force faces a tougher road than he did in his 50s. Doctors have urged caution, and Force himself has said he's listening to their advice. "I got hit in the head a lot of times," he joked in November 2024, but behind the humor was a serious commitment to healing. Racing a funny car isn't just physically demanding, it's mentally intense. Drivers need split-second reflexes to handle 10,000 horsepower machines that hit 330 miles per hour in seconds. Until Force is fully recovered, returning to the track would be too risky for him and others. What do fans think? Fans have been vocal about their love for Force. Social media posts show a mix of hope and concern. Many want to see him race again, but most just want him healthy. His February 2025 appearance at Bradenton sparked emotional reactions, with fans calling him a living legend. On X, users have shared memories of his races, while others mark milestones like the 1-year anniversary of his last race. The racing community respects Force's decision to focus on recovery. Drivers like Beckman, who also teaches at Frank Hawley's drag racing school, have spoken about Force's influence. Beckman even trained Force's daughters, showing how deep the team's roots run. Fans know that whether he's racing or not, Force's impact on NHRA is permanent. Comparing past recoveries to today, Force has bounced back before. After his 2007 crash, he returned to racing in less than a year. But the 2024 injury is different. The brain injury requires more time, and at 75, recovery is slower. In 2008, what's next for John Force? No one knows if John Force will race again. He hasn't ruled it out, but he hasn't promised to come back either. For now, he's taking life one day at a time, attending races when he can and supporting his team. John Force Racing is thriving, with Beckman and Prock chasing wins and the team nearing its 300 funny car victory. Force's legacy is secure. He's inspired generations of drivers and fans, and his team carries his spirit. Whether he returns to the track or not, he'll always be the face of NHRA drag racing. Fans can stay updated through John Force Racing's website or follow NHRA Event for news. A champion's heart. John Force's story in 2025 is one of courage, not in the driver's seat, but in the fight to recover. After a crash that could have ended his journey, he's still here, cheering, smiling, and inspiring. He may not be backing into racing right now, but he's backing his team, his family, and his fans with the same passion he's always shown. As the NHRA season rolls on, eyes will stay on Force, not for a comeback, but for the next chapter of a legendary life. For now, the drag racing world wishes him strength, health, and the joy of being trackside where his heart belongs.